Have you ever thought to yourself that you should have saved more money by now than you have in your bank account? Hi, I'm Carissa from Change Your Finances, and today I'm going to share three main things that have helped me save up a 3-month emergency fund, save up for a car, save up almost $80,000 to pay cash for the rest of my husband's education. And I want to tell you those 3 things today. The first thing that has helped me save money is having a simple plan for my money, simple plan to follow. Because here's the thing, I used to be all stressed out about money, and it was mainly because I didn't have a plan to follow. And since I'm the type of person who likes to be in control of my money, likes to have money in my savings account and have peace of mind, I decided to do something about it. And so I want to ask you, first of all, are you the type of person who likes to sit back and just let life happen to you? You know, things come up and drain your savings account without having control over your money? Or are you the type of person who likes to take control of your money, likes to have savings in the bank, and have peace of mind about it? I'd love to know. But I figured out I needed to manage my money. And so I needed to have a simple plan to follow, because what I was doing wasn't working. And it was, I was scrambling. I couldn't do all the things. So once I got a simple plan to follow, everything changed. And so a simple plan, what is that? It's a budget, right? And I know I talk about it a lot, but it really is a very intentional plan for your money, where you're the one in charge. You get to take back control. You get to decide. You have a choice where your money goes. And so for me, having that simple plan to follow made a huge difference, because with the budget method that I teach, it helps you be very intentional about putting money into savings and putting extra money into savings. What I do is it's a prioritized budget method, where your income minus all your expenses, minus everything that you want to put into debt, put into savings, all of that is listed down. And so at the beginning of the month, if you feel like you have a lot of extra money to put into savings, raise your hand if this has ever happened to you, because it certainly has happened to me, that you feel like you have all this money and you're like, I'm going to put it into savings. I can't wait to put $500 into savings. But by week 3, there's not enough money for groceries, much less that $500 to go into savings. Anyone else? Give me a thumbs up if this is you, because I know this has happened to me. And I want to tell you that even if that happens, you're not a bad person. It's just that you don't have a simple plan for your money. And I totally understand. So a simple plan, when done correctly, a simple budget, when done correctly, allows you to be intentional about taking that money that you know you have at the beginning of the month and putting it directly into savings. And this guarantees that you have enough money for bills, for all the things. So this is the first thing that has really helped me to save up my 3-month emergency fund, save for all these other things, is to have a simple, intentional plan for my money. And you just need a simple plan to follow. If you don't have a simple plan for your money, you're not going to be building up your savings. You're not going to have control of your money, and you're not going to have peace of mind. You're always going to feel like there's never enough. You just need a simple plan for your money. So that is the first thing, having a simple plan and being intentional with putting more money into savings. So let me tell you a little trick I did. So not only was I saying, okay, I am earmarking this much money. Let's just use $500 for this example. I'm earmarking because it's easy, and I like easy math on IRA. I have $500 extra. I have $100 extra. I'm going to put it towards savings. With the intentional plan for your money, you actually earmark that money to go into savings. And when you do, you're more likely to put it into savings than to just spend it. Because 1, you're spending because you have no plan. 2, if you're not earmarking the money and like designating this money to go into my savings account, then you don't have this mental recognition that it needs to go somewhere, right? So that's the first thing. You need a simple plan to follow. The second thing that has helped me save for all these things, and I would love to know, what is one of your big savings goals that you're working on right now? Just tell me in the chat. I would love to know. So the second thing is kind of like a two punch, is reducing expenses wherever I could. And, whether that's looking at my regular bills and saying, can I lower them? Can I get a better rate somewhere? Whatever you can do to lower your expenses, but then you also have to increase your income. I think it makes it a lot faster. You can certainly save money without increasing your income, but you can only cut expenses so far. And I don't know about you, but I don't like the cheap toilet paper. I'm sorry, I just don't. And so there's other things that I'm going to be spending money, but that's okay, because back to point number one, with an intentional plan for my money, I decide where my money is going to go. And so I reduced expenses. I brought in more income. I just really had a habit of living on less than I make, looking for sales, looking for good deals when I made a purchase so that I could make my money stretch further, and just having a mindset of saving. And so now that is point number two, is reducing expenses, bringing in more income to really earmark it towards savings and to really do that. Now, my third thing, and this is probably the biggest, well, the intentional plan for your money is pretty big. That if you don't have a plan for your money, you're not able to really save like you want to. But the third thing is also really huge. And you want to know what that is? Any guesses what the third thing is? Because I want to tell you something. Money's not out of your control. You have a choice on what to do with it. You have a choice on putting it into savings. You have a choice on what your future looks like. So the third thing that has really helped me save up for 3 months worth of emergency fund, which I just reached, is consistency. It's consistency. Now, several years ago, I felt like I couldn't save any money. I felt like I was such a failure at saving money that I should be further ahead than where I was, that I was spinning my wheels, that every time I saved a little bit of money, something would come up and wipe it back down to zero. Anyone else feel like that? So this is what I did several years ago. I decided to give myself a savings challenge. And so I documented every single penny that I put into savings for the entire year, just to prove that I could save. And I was completely blown away by how paying attention to what I was saving, being consistent about it. Even if, some months I had a lot of money to put into savings. Other months I didn't. And it was, $33, it was $5, whatever it is, but I made a habit of saving. I made a habit of putting money into savings every single month. By the end of the year, I had saved over $19,000 doing that. Now, let me tell you something else. So that's consistency. That's point number 3, is consistency. But that year taught me the value of consistency, and to put money aside, to put it into savings, to keep putting it into savings every single month, whatever I could do. No judgment, because sometimes you have a lot of months with a lot of expenses. And every time you put it into savings, you are doing a good thing. Now, let me tell you something else that I thought that if I had savings, and if this relates with you, tell me, if I had savings and something came up, I didn't want to touch it. I didn't want to use that money because I'd worked so hard to put into savings and it felt like it just kept going out, right? Well, if you have money in savings and something comes up that you can pay for with the money in savings, you're not losing any ground. It's keeping you out of debt. And keeping you out of debt is huge. There's so much peace of mind that comes from that. So if you are the type of person who likes to have money in savings, who likes to have have control of where your money is going, if you want to choose what your finances look like, you all have a choice. The actions you take today can change what your savings account looks like, change what your finances look like. It all can change. But consistency, saving when you feel like it, saving when you don't feel like it, saving when you don't have a lot of money, saving when you do have more money. When you keep on saving, when you're able to pay cash for the things that come up, the car repairs, the house repairs, extra shoes for the kids, when you're able to save up and pay cash, you have done an amazing thing. But in the background, you're still going to be able to keep putting money aside for the larger goal, the actual savings goal. You can keep doing that. You can keep putting it in. You may have to pay for life on the side, but that's okay. You are still saving money. You are still doing an incredible job at saving, and you will get there. After there's a tipping point, I'm not quite sure exactly when it is, but there's a tipping point where you kind of get enough money in there. And that's what I like, having extra income, because that can boost that up really quickly. But you can put enough money into your account so that it seems like there's a tipping point where things don't come up as much and you're able to keep building. And then that just builds and builds a lot quicker. So if you're the type of person who likes to have money in your savings account, wants to reach those savings goals, and you want to have control of your money, the best next step to do, I've told you, the three things were an intentional plan for your money, reducing expenses just so you have margin to breathe, you can put extra money towards your savings goal, and bringing in other income to help you reach that savings goal faster. That's number 2. The third thing is consistently saving month in, month out. If you're that type of person, then the next step, the best step for you to do, is have an intentional plan for your money. And I got a worksheet. Let me get it for you. So this is a worksheet, is my budget worksheet, and this helps you create an intentional plan for your money so that you can earmark the money that you want to go into savings and actually put it into savings. And then when you close out your budget at the end of the month, what I like to do, I think I got distracted earlier, but what I like to do is I take, categories. Say I didn't spend as much as I wanted to on household supplies, and maybe I had another $7.39 or something, let's just say. So I take that $7 I did not spend, I had planned on spending, but I didn't spend, and I skim it off and I add it to my savings goal. And so I like to do that. It's just a little extra money that comes into it. Sometimes there's, a couple $100. Sometimes it's just a few, $15. But here's the thing. Everything you add into your savings account adds up. It builds up. It's all about the consistency. It's all about saving when you have the money, saving when you don't have that much money, and you can only put a little. I've been in both places. I understand it's discouraging sometimes to feel like I only was able to save that much. But you need to get into the habit of that. And so the best step, if you are really wanting to change your finances, get the intentional plan, which I have that budget plan down there, my prioritized budget. Go grab that worksheet. It's a free download. That's the perfect place to start. And that's foundational, because if you don't have a simple plan to follow, you're not going to be able to make the savings grow. You have to be intentional with your money. You have to have an intentional plan. You have to be consistent with your savings. And then you find ways to put more into it by cutting expenses or bringing in more income. That's all it is. That's all it was to save up the money to get my 3-month emergency fund fully funded and to put that money in savings. It really came down to those 3 things. So I know you're probably the person, I know you guys like to be in control of your money. You like to know where it's going. You like to have money in your savings. The first step is to have a prioritized plan for your money. Go grab that worksheet. It's at changeyourfinances.com/prioritize your budget, free worksheet. Go grab that because you have a choice. Regardless of what has happened before, you have a choice. You don't have to let circumstances or chance or life or emergencies or anything else dictate how you handle your money and what you do for your financial future. You can change it. It all starts today. It all starts with taking one small step and then another one and then another one. But you can do it. You have the ability to choose what to do with your what to do with your finances to make a difference in your finances for your family and for your family's future. And let me tell you something, it's not just about the numbers. When you change your finances, when you change your money, you change. You become the woman who's more confident with money. When things come up, you don't freak out. You're able to handle it because you got peace of mind and you have a simple plan to follow. And when you're not stressed, that changes your family. Because when you're not stressed, everyone is happier. And then as your family changes, you're able to change the community. You're able to use your gifts and resources to bless those around you because your family's needs are taken care of. So real quick, the three key foundational things that help me get to my goal of my 3-month emergency fund is having an intentional plan for your money. And if you want a simple plan for your money, go grab that worksheet down below in the comments. The second one is reducing expenses as much as you can and bringing in more income so you can get your goal faster. And the third one is consistency, saving day in and day out. So let me ask you, do you want to have money in savings? Do you want to be in control of your finances? If you do, then you get to choose. You get to choose what your finances look like today and tomorrow. If you need a simple plan for your money, the best place to start is my free budget worksheet that I dropped down below. And I've been helping women for 5 years simplify their money, have a simple plan to follow with their money, gain control of it, have peace of mind, and do all of this, put more money into savings for the last 5 years. I help them get control of their money, and I can help you too. So if you need a simple plan for your money, start by getting my free budget worksheet down below in the comments. And I don't want you to miss this opportunity to take control of your money, to have peace of mind, and to also be intentional about saving and reaching those savings goals. You get to choose what your family's financial future looks like. But please don't miss this opportunity because it will change your life. So go grab that worksheet. That's the first place to start. And that is the 3 tips that help me to really reach my goal of a 3-month emergency fund fully funded. You guys, I will talk to you again soon. Have a good night. Thank you for always hanging out with me, for talking to me and giving your likes and shares and comments. You are a blessing to me. I'll talk to you again soon.